Hello and welcome to Sweet's Coffee Vlog. It's now Friday the 7th of the 7th, 2017. There's a date and a half, isn't it? Ooh, focus flying up. One of them RSE ones, I bet. That's off. Ooh. And yeah, this week has been, it's been a bit of a killer, really, to be honest. One way or the other, it's just not been. I think to have these all right weeks where it all goes all right, and then the not so good weeks where it all doesn't go right. And you can guarantee once it starts going wrong, it keeps going wrong, doesn't it? Everything hits you at once. So yeah, we've got an unexpected staff member off in the office for 2 weeks, and that's been a bit of a trial because she does all the invoicing and answers the majority of phone calls and things, so that means that's leaving up to us to do all the answering phone calls and do invoices and everything on top of everything else. So that's made it just a little bit harder work than it normally is. And then, I don't know why I got my phone up so high actually. We had the phone system changed over on Wednesday because our helpful phone provider had said, oh, you're paying for renting three lines at the moment, and everything's going to VoIP now, so you could just have one line, which the broadband is on, and then you can the other two, well, there was 3 actual available lines with the other 2 because we used ISDN system, but they can be run through VoIP with a new phone system, so it's all done over the internet. Therefore, you only have line rental on one line instead of 3. So you save the monthly rental. So we decided to go with that, rightly or wrongly. So all that had to be done, so he turned up, and guess what, he brought a new router after all the faffing about with the last router I had. I'm a bit wonky for some reason, I don't know why. A bit off axis, but I can't really be bothered messing about changing it now, so you're gonna have to deal with me off axis this week. So yes, he brought a new router. I was like, oh, you don't have to change the router, do you? Like, yeah, it's a better one, better router. I was like, well, I only just changed it 2 weeks ago when you shipped me the new router, and now you're bringing another one again. And no doubt it needs all the subnet changing and everything. I said, oh, it's alright, I'll do it beforehand and you'll never notice the swap over. So yeah, he did that, and of course it wasn't ever as easy as it should be. And then he had lots of problems getting the lines changed over and whatever else. So eventually he got it working. I mean, he turned up at 10 and he didn't leave till 3:30. And I think the box swap and everything was supposed to be dead easy, which it relatively was, but he seemed to spend a lot of time on the phone trying to get things ported and moved and goodness knows what. So anyway, he got it all done. Oh God, that's going to end up in a collision, isn't it? And I bet he's not going to be too. Wow, Mercedes versus Mercedes, and some fool who just. The thing is, you can. You can tuck in, you get across and face downwards, you'll fit in the chevrons and 2 cars would get past coming up. So he could have avoided that, and he's lucky the Mercedes stopped. Some wouldn't, they'd just plough into him out of bloody ignorance. So let's let the taxi go. I'm not letting you all go, there's a massive queue of you. There's a gap behind me, you can all go then. So yeah, he changed it all over and got it all working after some fiddling about and renewing DHCP leases and rebooting computers and things to sort that out. Mainly because it changed the router gateway access IP. Oh great, he's just stopped there. I'll get past. That'll be right. The gateway access was at 254 and he changed it to 1. And then subsequently I found out we already had 1 on 1. So that's two things on 1. Doesn't go realistically. Where's this woman going? I don't really know. I don't know if she knows either. I'm going to park here behind this one. I don't know why he's flashing away. So, oh, I can't turn the engine off yet, that's for sure. So, yeah, it didn't go there smoothly. But then after he'd left, got it all up and running great, he'd left. There's some spare sockets on the wall. I thought, you know, I'll turn them off because they'd taken the plugs out, but they were still turned on, the sockets. There's 3 empty sockets and then 1 with something in. So I went along and I went click off, click off, click off, click off. 3 empty sockets. You'll notice the 4 click offs. Yes, because Numpty Boy here turned off the 4th socket as well, which was connected to 4-gang, which was connected to the router and the phone system, and also a patch router, well, 8-gang Ethernet extension. So yeah, I turned everything off that I shouldn't turn off in one lump, and then turned it back on, and of course nothing wanted to work right again, did it, after going on? So internet just completely went bonkers, didn't want to work, and then I had to reboot and reboot. Phone system went through a ridiculous thing of ringing everything and saying it was polling, and then it started up and it wouldn't ring out and it wouldn't ring in, and nightmare. So yeah, after much faffing I managed to sort the internet out. The phone's not until Thursday. They had to fiddle about something at their end and re-establish something, and eventually it worked. So. What a pain. Right, I'm going to get it off and get my parcels dropped, and then we shall continue after that. Okie doke, see you in a minute. Okay, so I caused him a bit of chaos then. I don't know, I think he scanned it, and then when I was walking out it wouldn't transmit it and he was going to have to start again, but I just told him to squiggle on it for me. Just squiggle on it, I don't mind. So, and he got a big queue, so I don't think he want to be messing about, really. Well, that was a lot coming down today. So, I've managed to straighten myself up a bit as well, I think. Only a tad, but it's a bit better. So yes, fun and games with the new phone system. I've also discovered I can break the phone system by trying to email very big files, or do general very big uploads, because what happens is it's not got the greatest upload speed anyway, the Wi-Fi, just because it's dial-up broadband, well, you know, over the phone line rather than a cable system, and because of that, marvellous, someone's trying to pull out and no one's letting him out and blocking us at the same time. So yeah, what happens is, of course, if I'm trying to upload files, the uploading sucks all the up speed, and then the phone system can't transmit its tiny bit of data, because apparently VoIP uses, you know, kilobytes, hardly anything. But if you're trying to email a 25 megabyte file and it's uploading that, it completely cocks out the phone system. So that's not ideal, but apparently there's not a lot they can do about that. Didn't mention it when they first suggested the idea about changing to VoIP, they didn't. So we'll have to see how we get on with that. I'll just have to try and avoid sending big files when we need to also use the phone. Kind of awkward, but there you go. Or doing any sort of file upload. I suppose in a way I'm going to have to be careful with all the Apple stuff, because of course the iCloud stuff now, the desktop and documents and things, that all just auto uploads itself. Photos, I'm doing photos, all that's going to be using up the same bit of Wi-Fi bandwidth. I did, funny enough, it ended up resorting to yesterday afternoon, because it'd done it and there was someone trying to ring that we needed to speak to, and I think they were getting cheesed off because they kept getting cut off. I had to use my phone to do the emailing on, I turned off Wi-Fi and just used the phone internet, which may be a solution for it long term, is if I'm going to be emailing big files or anything, to do it off my phone or with 4G, so it's not affecting the internet speed. So there you are with that. So
risk zone.
It's the risk zone.
30 miles per hour.
On the whole, between that, having to do all the invoicing and everything else, numerous other niggly problems that you just could do without, and you know, stuff happening. It's yeah, it's not been great, to be honest, but we got there in the end, and we'll see what next week brings and where we can get to with that. Just been awkward, really. Just sneak past that bus. Sneaky sneak. And the creaky door. Must.
Warning, risk zone, speed limit, 30 miles per hour.
Glove box door squeaking. I need some padding. If I ever remember to get some padding for it. It stopped a little bit, but now it's squeaking again. So yeah, all that's been a bit of a chore. On top of that, of course, my Apple Watch has been just a complete pain in the backside on watchOS 4 Beta 2. And I thought, this week they have to bring out a new beta, don't they? Apple have to bring out a new beta. They did. They brought out a new beta for iOS 10. What? It's like, you're getting rid of it in about 10 weeks for iOS 11, so what you're going to do now, I know, we'll release another updated beta. I mean, they could have just brought out the release version this week at least, but not another beta of it, and left everyone else on beta 2 on iOS 11. So, the one they're supposed to be developing and working on is just being left out the window for updating an old one that they're getting rid of very soon. How that sort of thing works, anybody's guess, anybody's. So yeah, I couldn't believe that, so I've been soldering on. At the moment, what happens with my watch, which is currently in aeroplane mode because the battery started draining rapidly again this morning, it's done 3 days so far with really good battery after the last time I had to set it up as new to get improved battery. That was after the last time when it lasted about 2.5 days before the battery, and I can't actually work out how Apple could have cocked it up in such a way, this beta 2, that it can work perfectly fine for a number of days after you're setting up as new, and then all of a sudden start draining battery like nobody's business. And whatever you reboot the watch, reboot the phone, reboot both, reboot one, nothing will stop that drain once it starts. Nothing, except unpairing and repairing the phone. What's happening, I don't know, because there's some random process must start after a period of time that's using the Bluetooth, because when I put it in aeroplane mode like it is now, no battery drain at all, it's just back to really good battery life. So of course it's a bit useless in aeroplane mode because I get no notifications, so, and that is like 99% of the watch usage, so I know what each notification is, so I don't have to keep fishing my phone out of the pocket, which I've had to do all day instead. Very tedious, I have to say. So yeah, not overly impressed with that. So yeah, it's just generally been a bit of a so yeah, I guess as it's going to be, I mean, maybe next Monday we'll get beta 3, maybe next Tuesday. We must get it next week, we must do, really, because they need to keep on track with updated thing for release, because it's got to come out September, late September or something. So I don't know, but it's just a pain. So tonight's great enthusiastic job will be to unpair and repair the watch yet again. We do. That's another 3/4 of an hour of it sat on charger and the phone on charger while the pair do their thing together, do their random thing together. And then of course I've got this vlog to get on with. I did in fact discover last week, you've got it right away, not me. Did discover that last week that the problem with transferring the FaceTime video files off the phone to the MacBook, on the MacBook Air on High Sierra, if I transfer them across, it will then not work in Final Cut. Now, it won't work in updated Final Cut, but interestingly, it won't work in the older version I've got on my MacBook Pro either, just so as them greyed out. But if I transfer via AirDrop from my phone to macOS Sierra, not High Sierra, so the older macOS on the MacBook Pro, then the phone automatically, before it transfers them, knows it needs to convert them, which it doesn't do on the MacBook Air on the new High Sierra. Converts them, and then when they eventually arrive, obviously it takes a while for the phone, but it's pretty quick, I've got to admit. It was quicker than Handbrake was going to be, that is for sure, because Handbrake wanted to take like an hour and a half to do a 7-minute file. I was like, you get out of town, naughty boy. So, no, for some reason, the phone knows, it's like the phone doesn't know it needs to convert it for High Sierra. Now, whether that's just a bug that'll get fixed that way, or whether they're going to update, but that'll be another update for Final Cut. It does, so it recognises the files. I don't know. But yeah, so the solution is I've got to use the MacBook Pro to do the uploading, or transferring a video and uploading. So that's a bit of a bind, really, but at least if I know what I've got to do, I can do it. And it's pretty damn sharp, quick at processing the video anyway, because it's so Ellis is off for a walk with his brother. So yeah, see what all these lot doing. Where's he going? He's going to be out and come back in again. No, he must have forgotten something. Mrs. is giving him some right stick there, she is. Just concentration level maximum. I've not got used to backing this up at all. It's not really any bigger, I wouldn't have said. Must not turn engine off, otherwise it messes things up. Oh dear, the trials of life. Right, let's get Richard done and then we can get in. And I need to, oh there's a thing in there. I need to take aeroplane mode back off. Hopefully we will now connect to the phone, because sometimes it doesn't like doing that either, and then we're going to be in a world of problems. Oh no, that's all right. Now I need to go and look for Richard Nellis's special notes for his week. He went to the brass band in Brighouse on Sunday. I didn't go to it. I did. I drove past. In fact, I drove past where he was at the Black Bull in Brighouse to go and see my dad. Didn't see him there, but you know, I mean, I don't know if I'd spot him anyway, Mr. Nellis. But God, even though it wasn't that long ago, there's a million emails. I've not seriously sold all this since then, so this must be some old mails. Old news. It's 9 o'clock. Catch up. 5:55. 09:44. Ah. As does not compute. All right, it's filling itself in now. Oh, well, it could be here a while. So yes, he went to see the brass band. I didn't see the brass band. What I did is we listened to it at my dad's because we could hear it from where we were. Oh, we could be here some time. People will wonder what I'm doing. Indeed, I am wondering what I'm doing, Satty. Desperately searching for Richard Nellis's words of wisdom before I can go home. Or going home anyway. Is it just no more bugs? This is taking forever. It's like it's trying to pull every single. Well, of course, it's not been updated because it's been off since this morning. So normally, what would happen is the email would just constantly update its little database on the watch. But because it's not been on now, it's got to update. There he is. All those messages in one go on the watch, which will no do the battery no good, and it'll be dead very shortly. Oh, why does it not come up with anything? It's still loading. It's still loading. We might get there eventually, Richard. So he went to the brass band. I didn't, but I did listen to it, which it was very sounded really good. And then also we that was on the Sunday. Yeah, the boys played out on the Sunday, which was quite good. And here he comes now, bouncing about. Meanwhile, Richard's words are warrant. All right, here we go. Right, let's rush through these because we're going to get in trouble. Boo! Yes. Hello. What are you doing? What are you after? You're not after now?
Hi.
Hello. What are you both doing?
No, I just came out here.
You just came out here, right? Right, give me 1 minute and I'll be out.
Wait.
1 minute. What?
When you said in 1 minute, can you watch me out front here?
Out front?
Yeah.
Why? Do you want? It's a bit cold for playing out now, mate.
Why?
It is.
I just came out.
Yeah. Well. Anyway, come on, move. Oh, some editing to do there then. Right, Richard Ellis's words of wisdom. The death of Barry Norman, film critic guy, yeah, that's right. He's been to Barnsley Museum on Tuesday, very good. He's been to organ recital at Halifax Minster as it had air conditioning on Thursday afternoon. Funny enough, the dad went to Halifax Minster on Thursday night, Richard, because there was a thing on then, Thursday night. He said it was very good. I think it was another Black Dyke Brass Band, I think it was on or something. Wayne Rooney coming back to Everton. I don't follow football. Vladimir Ashkinsky's 80th birthday. The Sooty Show coming to the Victoria Theatre on Saturday 21st of October. That might be quite good, that. And there were some other ones, but I can't remember what they were now. Right, I'm off in, so have a good weekend and week next week, and I'll catch you in next week's coffee vlog. See ya!